Fort Vermilion was one of the first fur trading sites in Western Canada. So this will be our third year up there in 2018. It's somewhat remote, so it has a sense of excitement because of the remote nature. Edmonton is around 800 kilometers to the south, and that's the place that you would fly into to join the project. And then we, of course, pick you up and we drive north, and we have to stay overnight along the way because it's too far to get there. When you're up there, you're in the deep boreal forest. It is beautiful country, animals and trees, and just this bliss of beauty all around you. Northern lights almost every night when the conditions are good. So sometimes we don't get much sleep because we just spend our time just laying outside looking at the sky. We're very much a team, and so we work together from sunup to sundown. The site itself is located on the bank of the Peace River. We take a boat literally to work every day. The site is one of the early fur trade sites that we see in this area of Western Canada. It was established in 1798 by the Northwest Company. It became a Hudson's Bay Company post in 1821 and eventually was abandoned shortly thereafter, 1830. The focus, of course, is on the excavations. We work in 1 by 1, in this case, meter units, but separated by what's called a bulk, so an area in between each unit where you can look at the stratigraphy. The excavation methodology is definitely applicable to many other sites around the world. Historic archaeology is unique because this type of archaeology has historical information that goes with it. But as every historian will tell you, these historical documents have inherent biases. The archaeological record allows us to really assess and potentially validate or understand the context of those historical documents, but also then to see the daily lives of these people. We find everything from preserved wooden beams, so the floorboards of the house, including the nails inside the floorboards, to beads, tiny beads, seed beads, and lots of trade artifacts, pieces of pipe, pottery, pieces of glass, lots of faunal remains. The preservation is fantastic. Basically, if it's there, we'll probably find it. One of the things that's very interesting about Fort Vermilion, because it's a Northwest Company early fur trade post, is that we do see that mix between First Nations, so Indigenous populations, as well as the European traders that were there. We do surveying, identification of lithics and other features that are in the landscape. We want to make sure that we contextualize the fort. The First Nations were there for thousands of years prior. The Peace River, or any of these rivers for that matter, are active landscape processes. So the river itself is right now eroding the sides of the fur trade site. That's one of the things that as archaeologists we're always having to think about our ethic responsibility of whether we leave it in the ground or whether we excavate it. And so in this case, we have a very important reason, and that's to get an understanding of the site before it's potentially eroded and lost from us forever. There are some field trips that we're going to go on. We'll go see the new town of Fort Vermilion and see the museum and some of the monuments there. Hopefully we'll be able to go to a community fair, some dancing and some fiddling and all of that kind of fun stuff in the community, so that will be one of the adventures that we do.